Muriel, Ruby, let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The Candid Conversation Show. Let's go, let's talk about
Hey,
it.
let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's walk. Walk it out. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's walk. Walk it out.
It's all about you.
Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's walk. Walk it out. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Thank you for joining us for another Candid Conversation. Let's talk about it, the Candid Conversation Show. My name is Muriel.
And my name is Ruby.
Just because you see a smile does not mean everything is perfect. We all have a story. On the show, we discuss topics that are unspoken and taboo in our community. We are so excited to have a candid conversation with Stephanie Schurman. She is a sexual assault survivor, an advocate, motivational speaker, and an author.
Stephanie, we want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We always ask the guests to lead the show by telling us a little bit about their childhood because we believe our childhood shapes who we become as an adult. Can you share a little bit about your upbringing?
Yes, I was a PK kid, a preacher kid.
Okay.
So I grew up in a small town outside of Atlanta. It's called Griffin, Georgia. It's really small.
Okay.
It's a rural area. It's very country.
Okay.
And I had also two siblings, a brother and a sister.
How was it? How was the relationship between...
With my parents, I was spoiled. That, you know, your parents, they love you, but
Yeah.
they still would punish me, you know, if I get too far out of hand. I could say I had a beautiful childhood
Oh,
with my
good.
parents growing up and everything. My parents, like, when I grew up, they knew where you was, what time you're going to be there,
Yep.
and what time you're going to get home.
That's
they,
right.
You know, they didn't give you breaks like that.
Yes.
That's right. Same with
And
us.
I thank God for that foundation.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
The best foundation.
Because my parents were very stable and very grounded.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Awesome.
So
What about your school years?
my school years, I graduated in 1986. I used to be a majorette in school.
Okay.
Oh,
For the baton. Yes.
Look, we graduated the same year.
Really?
I graduated in 86 too.
Oh,
Y'all telling too much.
We look great.
And then I joined the military.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, thanks for your service.
Yes.
Thank you. And after military, I went to college. And, you know, pretty much I got married, you know, and I wanted to do that with my marriage and everything. And then once I did that, got married, because you know how you want to just be married, you think you know everything.
Right. Grown.
Want to be grown.
Ended up having 3 kids.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, her name is Bliss. I named her after Fort Bliss, Texas.
Oh.
That's a pretty name.
And Bliss, BLISS. And then my middle daughter, her name is Brianka. And then,
That's pretty.
the last one, the third one, is called Blair.
Blair. So
Blair.
3 girls. You had a horrific act that took place one evening.
Yes.
Traumatic. Can you share some of that with us?
Yes, I remember at this particular time, I was a cosmetology. I used to do hair.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why your hair looks so nice today.
And so that night, I just remember going home, trying to get my kids together, and then I found out my kids wasn't there, so I had to drive to my mother's house. We're deep in the country, in the woods, and go get them, and then come back home. And at that particular time, their ages were 3, 2, and 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Like,
Oh my.
their step babies, and so
Yeah.
between getting them in the house, that's how the attacker got in into my apartment.
So what happened? You left the kids in the car.
No, I took the baby and the two smallest one. I told it them, and then I went back and got the other one.
Okay.
The door was open.
And so, he was watching. You know how they watch you. They
Right.
watch your every move.
Yeah.
You don't think they're watching.
No.
They're watching.
Oh my
The
gosh.
attacker is always watching. So he knew that I had the same routine.
Okay.
What was going on in my life. And because he was dating my cousin.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's how deep it was. So he knew.
So he knew that you'd be by yourself pretty much, you and your children.
Yes.
About 23 years ago, I was riding with my 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and infant daughters on my way home from work. I enter into the apartment. I noticed a man from the neighborhood standing there.
Stephanie Schurman was brutally attacked 23 years ago by an intruder.
He grabbed me by my hair and he was just punching me in my face. He started pulling my pants off and started sodomizing me. He grabbed me by my hair, he drug me into the kitchen, and he got the knife, and that's when he started cutting me in my face.
Stephanie was stabbed multiple times in her stomach, face, and neck. She says she survived by playing dead and was rushed to the hospital after a neighbor called 911.
The police find the attacker over to his girlfriend's house with blood all over his t-shirt. He was arrested that same night.
While Stephanie's wounds have healed, she was left with some disfigurement on her face. That's when the doctors, Face Forward, and a plastic surgeon teamed up to help her undergo a transformation.
When you have an injury to an area, the blood vessels kind of grow on top of themselves, and they actually form like a tumor. So the main thing is to take out this tumor, go ahead and reduce the bulk. At the same time, we're going to go ahead and take care of your lip to make your lip a little bit more symmetrical. Are you ready for that?
23 years ago.
Stephanie's surgery was a success. The lump that was in her face was decreased. Check local listings to see how her daughters reacted to seeing their mom's new look on The Doctors, and be sure to watch Inside Edition.
So could you, if you can, walk us through what occurred?
Okay, I came in the house after I had the last child, and that was the 3-year-old. After I had her, I was just holding her hand, and I took and gonna close the door.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I saw him. I said, "You got to get out of my house.
Oh my gosh.
Go get out. I didn't let you in here." And so he walked like he was walking to the door, and he grabbed me by my neck, pulled me by my hair.
Oh my gosh.
And he locked the door, of course, and he just started beating me. And I was
What?
fighting back because I was so scared.
Of
Yes.
course.
And so it got really, really ugly. And I said, "You're going to beat me in front of my kids?"
Oh my goodness.
3-year-old and my 2-year at that time. The 2-year-old, she was just standing there looking because you remember I had
Oh my gosh.
just woke them up to
Right.
bring them in
Right.
the house. So, she was like, just looking and staring, and
Oh my
they were
gosh.
crying, and
Of
I was
course.
telling them to go to the bedroom,
Oh my
'cause I
gosh.
didn't want him to hurt
Of
them.
Of course.
Yes, I didn't want them to get hurt. I'd rather him hurt me. I didn't
Correct.
want him to hurt baby. So,
Oh my gosh.
and I was just, just crying out to God and
Yes.
just asking him to help me, and I was screaming, and the guy got he began to tear all my clothes off and everything.
Oh my goodness.
And he began to rape me.
Yes.
And
Why?
lies.
Why?
And everything. And then after the math that he did all of that to me, he went in my kitchen and got a knife, and he was just pacing, saying that I have to kill you now.
Oh.
What?
Yes.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I was just praying, and I remember crying out and everything, and a lot of people ask me how do it feels to get stabbed, because I got stabbed so many times.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
After I just said Jesus,
Yes.
after that, I became numb.
Yeah,
to the
You couldn't
stab.
move. Yeah, you didn't even feel it.
Yes, I became numb. You know, you don't never imagine that you can live through things so
Something like that.
devastating and traumatic as that. you
Oh
know.
my
I never
goodness.
thought in a million years that would have happened to me in my life. But
And it's somebody that you know. I guess that's why he
Yes.
felt he needed to kill you, I guess.
But what was his reason? What was his motive? Why?
Well, he told me that he loved me and he been wanting to talk to me.
Oh
I
my
just think
gosh.
he had to been dealing with some stuff, really some mental illness.
Right.
Because I never looked upon him like that.
Oh
ever.
my gosh. That is so unfortunate.
So what made him stop after he stabbed you so many times?
He thought I was dead, you know. And he left and went out the window.
Oh.
So
I was in so much, I had so much blood.
Of
It was
course.
like a horror story.
oh my gosh.
You know, but I was, but my kids were safe.
Thank
checked
God.
on them, made sure that they was okay. And then I went upstairs at the lady apartment. I knocked on the one in front of me.
Oh,
And she went and answered the door on the side. She went and answered the door. So I went up to this neighbor
Wow.
house and she opened the door
She's
and she
bleeding
called
everywhere.
911.
you were able to still walk and move, or you were
Yes.
just pushing yourself to do it
Yeah,
because you knew you had to get help?
I had to.
You didn't feel dizzy?
Yeah.
What were you feeling? When you were walking, how did you feel? I know blood was
I
just...
was just, I asking God to give me strength.
That's it.
You know, that's all I could
That's
do.
it.
And you know, one thing that I know that I had a foundation of
Right.
prayer. You
Right.
know, prayer stuff, that was the advantage.
Yes.
Because the word of God, you know, it works.
Oh, yes, it
Right.
does.
Work in me, you know, it came real to me, you
Right.
know, at that particular time
Yeah.
in my life.
That's right. You were calling
And-
out for him.
And I had to use the word to my advantage.
Yes.
So that I could not be in depression and suicide and all kind
Right.
of things that were going on in my mind.
Oh my gosh. So what happened? So the ambulance got there,
Mhm.
Yes.
and
And when the ambulance got there, they took forever.
Of course.
I'm gonna die. Y'all gotta get me.
is it because it was such a small
Gotta get me
town?
to the hospital.
Is that what it is?
And
What happened?
the ambulance, I had to wait for ever, and they finally got me to the hospital. And when my parents beat me to the hospital
Oh.
because it was a guy that knew me that went to school with me. He
Okay.
was inside the ambulance. So pretty much my parents knew, and they was there at the hospital waiting on me, and I haven't gotten there yet. So
Oh my gosh.
So you made it to the emergency room, and what did they tell you afterwards? How many times you were stabbed?
no, they didn't.
Okay.
They didn't tell me how many times I was
Yeah.
stabbed, but I was stabbed multiple times.
Yes.
I got, cuts all over my body. So
Sorry that happened
oh my
to you.
gosh.
Wow.
So sorry, but I'm glad that you are here. You are
Yeah.
safe, and I know that you had to have gone through. I just can't even imagine what you went through emotionally, physically. I mean,
It's a lot.
what happened? How are the girls?
the girls are doing fine. They're doing absolutely great.
Did they remember any of this?
Well, my 3-year-old, she remembers a little bit.
Are any of you seeking any
A
help?
whole lot. Excuse me?
Are any of you seeking any help?
Well, I went through counseling. I went through Charter Lake. It's like a mental
Okay.
counseling, and I went through that, and then of course spiritual counseling.
Of
Absolutely.
course. Yes.
So I had the advantage of both of them, and dealing with mental health therapists, counselors, psychiatrists. I used it to my advantage.
Good.
I really did, because at that particular time, I wasn't okay. And,
No.
you need somebody to talk to. You
That's
need
right.
somebody
Absolutely.
that could guide you to help you to, heal.
To heal, to live.
Yes.
Yeah, you had these 3 beautiful girls that you needed to live for.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. How long did you stay in the hospital?
It probably was probably 2 or 3 weeks, or
Okay.
3 weeks or something like that.
Where was the actual stabbings? Where did it occur?
It probably was a little bit longer than that because I was in ICU.
Okay.
Oh.
That's probably just what you remember.
Yes.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where was the actual stabbings? Where did it occur? Was it in the abdomen? Was it on your back? Where was it?
No, it's all over my body. It's
All over.
my hands, my arms,
Oh.
my face, my neck, stomach area,
Wow.
that area, everywhere you could think of. I have stab wounds there.
Yeah.
So you're still healing. This is
Yes.
going to be a lifelong.
Yes.
This is be a lifelong journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, it will mentally. You know what I'm saying? It will be forever. Yeah.
How are you feeling though?
I'm feeling great because I was, even through all of that, I learned God gave me this book that I wrote.
Okay.
It's called Pain to Purpose.
Pain to purpose. I love it.
So how deep did you go in that book?
Pain to purpose.
Oh, I went really deep.
Good.
Okay. Good.
Really deep.
To let people know what you went through.
And I tried to explain to them about the different theories of pain.
You should know. You should know.
And I call it Stephanie Theories of Pain. It describes all different types of pain that you deal with on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I ended up going back to school, getting my bachelor's degree,
Well,
and
Good.
congratulations.
my
Congrats.
master's in education
Oh, wow.
leadership.
Congratulations.
But I didn't use that as a crutch because at first I was asking Lord, why did this happen to me? And then I thought about it, praying and, supplication and going through different things. I began to be grateful.
Yes.
Because God, He left me here to raise my
Yes.
children.
Raise your
Yes.
children and to use you to speak.
And that was my plea, and that was when they got ready to take me up for surgery, and I asked God, I said, God, I know that I haven't lived right. I'm a wretch undone, but I asked him, could he forgive me of my sins, and let me start over a new life,
Yes.
Yes.
and because I wanted to raise my kids.
That's right.
You know?
And you're here.
And God heard my cry. He heard my pleas.
That's
Yes.
He-
Always.
He have did that and
Yes.
so much more.
Mhm.
He have done
That is
more.
good. What a blessing.
Yes,
I'm
it's a
so glad
blessing.
that you're here and you get to be with your kids, and get to
Yes,
raise them.
I count my blessing both great and small.
That's right. God bless
Yes. Stephanie, can you tell us, did the attacker, did he receive any jail time?
Oh yes, he did 15 years, but
you. 15
don't know.
years.
that would suffice.
No.
For the things that he
No.
done to me, but
15 years.
So
thank
he's
God,
out
and
then.
I had to release it and let God deal with that situation. So,
Have you ever heard or anything else from him?
no, I haven't.
Whatever happened to your cousin, the one that he was dating?
Yes.
Well, she ended up breaking up with him,
Of course.
He went to jail. She was really sad.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
She told me she was so sorry.
Right.
She didn't ever think that would have ever happened. But she was sad
Of course.
about it. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But some things are out of your control.
Yes. Yes.
She can't control him. That
Yeah.
wasn't her fault.
Mm-mm.
He had a sickness and she couldn't control that.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, do you feel fearful being in the home? Are you afraid?
No.
Okay.
I do suffer with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
That comes from reliving a trauma.
Absolutely.
But it's be certain situations that could
Trigger.
trigger it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I try not to focus on my fears.
Good.
Because I think that God is greater than my fears.
Yes.
And I always try to stay in the Word, stay in faith.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right.
Because that's how we have to live. He said the just shall live by faith.
That's right.
And that's my faith have helped me accomplish accomplished a lot
So
in
much.
life.
That's good.
I stretched my faith
Yeah.
to believe God for the impossible.
That's right. Thank God for faith.
Yes.
Yes.
What about your husband? How is he? With
Okay. My husband, I'm divorced, so I remarried.
yes, the new husband.
Yes.
Your new husband. How is he with everything?
He's doing wonderful.
Very good.
He's here. He's a very good support system, and my
Good.
parents, they're so awesome and
Good.
amazing. And the girls are too. And then when I married my husband, he was raising his daughter,
Okay.
and so I ended up helping him, and he was helping me
That's right.
raise my girls. So
You work together. You raise them
Yeah.
together.
we got 4 kids.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You are blessed. But I know that you also had, because you had all these scars, you had some scars on your face as well,
Reconstructive.
Yes.
right? You had reconstructive surgery.
Mm-hmm.
You want to share a little bit of that with us?
Yes, I want to face forward, and I have it's a hemangioma.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was beat really bad in my face, so it developed and it grew, and I couldn't even smile. So I met this lady, Dr. Alessi.
Okay.
Deborah Alessi.
Uh-huh.
She got this amazing organization called Face Forward.
Face
And
Forward.
what they do is they raise money
Mm-hmm.
for women like me
Okay.
to have plastic surgery.
Okay. But you look so beautiful.
Yes, they gave you
I-
your smile back.
Yes. You look great.
Yeah, I got my smile back.
It's beautiful.
So bad. I do need more surgeries.
Okay.
And so they want to redefine the scars in my face and do a little more plastic surgery. So,
Okay.
but because we went into the pandemic, everything a little
Slowed
closed
down.
down.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's not our time, and it's all God's time.
That's
That's
it.
right.
You're absolutely correct.
So many amazing organizations that are giving back and helping people. What an
Yeah.
organization that is. Wow.
Yes.
Are they based out of Georgia?
No, they are based in California.
Oh,
And
okay.
he, Dr. David Alessi, he's the doctor that I say he has these anointed hands
Okay.
because, he performs so many surgeries on
Mhm.
people with horrific crimes, like
Wow.
people pour acid on them and burn their face all up.
My
Mm.
gosh.
This man is so amazing. This doctor,
Mhm.
his plastic surgeon, I say he's an artist because he create all this stuff back
That's
and
right.
put it back in place. He does an amazing job.
Yes, we can see that.
Yes.
He works on celebrities also. So
Well, you look great.
yes,
You still are able to pay it forward.
Yes.
You have homes to help domestic violence survivors.
yes.
How are you able to help? Why? Why? You would think that some people would think that, okay, after going through something so traumatic that you would just pretty much just be, to yourself or, amongst you and your family. But you went beyond that and are trying to help other women out.
Mm-hmm.
What I say is a part of my passion
Okay.
and a calling.
Okay.
To help God and to be that good Samaritan
Right.
to help somebody else, like you said, pay it forward.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And I like to say also, I'm like a Moses to those people.
I believe it.
Lead them where they need to go, to
Yeah.
the promise that they need
That's right.
to attain.
Yes. Because you've been there.
Because I've been there.
You've been
And
there.
then I suffered too from mental illness,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to be on a lot of pills to function, to
Mhm.
get me through the day.
Yeah.
But God is so good.
Yes,
That's
he
right.
is all the time. All
And
the time.
He's and I just love to tell people, you don't have to stay stuck in pain.
Mm.
It's a way out.
Yes. But you had to learn that, right?
Yeah.
Over the
very
years.
well said.
You have to you know, think on positive things all the time, you know, not negative energy,
Right.
toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people would call me and they want to talk about it. I said, today, I don't want to talk about it. Today is another day.
That's
I
right.
want to be excited about just today.
That's
I don't
right.
want to worry about what happened yesterday.
Right.
You know, let's keep it moving.
That's good.
Keep it moving.
It's a time to talk about those things, but
That's right.
every day, no.
No,
Right.
I agree.
And you have so much to be thankful
Yes.
for.
Yes.
You're so happy. We could see that happiness in you.
Yes.
After everything that you've been through, you still have that big smile. You have such an awesome, amazing spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And I had those girls, and I mean, they kept me going.
Yes, yes. Stephanie,
They were
what do you
full
do
of
for?
life and so full of energy,
Mm-hmm.
and they would be. This would be saying sometimes, "Good morning."
That's right. That's right.
In the bed. And they'd be so full of life.
Yes.
Right.
You had to just join them, right?
Yes. So and just they taught me, you know, I was supposed to be teaching them, but they taught me to live, you know, like they would pull the cover off of me. Get up.
Get up.
Yeah.
That's good. They
Those
helped you
girls.
with your healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard you say quite a bit about helping other people, but what do you do as far as self-care for yourself?
Self-care for myself. Well, I need to work on that, and because the last year I've been really busy. I feel like I'm superwoman.
Yes. Take some time
And
for
I'm in
yourself.
my 50s, and I still have so much energy to do
Good.
a lot of things, and I want to accomplish so much.
Right.
So I've been just working with a lot of women that been through mental illness and trying to get them on the same page.
Very
Yes.
good.
That they don't have to live in that
Yeah.
darkness. They can get out of it
Yes.
by doing everyday, daily life, little skills that they have to deal with. And it's been so much fun.
You're so positive. You're such a positive person. I know it probably hadn't always been just like that, but I think because you know you have a second chance. You have a second chance at life, and you're making a difference.
Totally.
Yeah, and I'm making the best of it.
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
So thankful. And I'm not making what happened to me and using it as a crutch. You know how some people they
Yes.
want to feel sorry for them
Exactly.
because they did this and that. I'm a visionary. I dream.
Yes.
And I have goals.
Love
That's
it.
right.
I want to keep those goals.
Keep it up.
Yes.
Keep it up. What a beautiful spirit you have.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really believe that if you don't have a goal or vision, you will perish.
Yes. Yes.
I'm motivated for my goals. And you know, I love to journal.
Oh, good.
Good,
Yes.
Very, very,
That's a big one, too.
yes. I love it.
Just write it down.
Yes, write it down.
Put it on paper.
Yes. And then,
And I love to read. I love to read a lot of inspirational books and
Yes. Something uplifting
yeah.
to give you encouragement.
and my husband always say, "You come to bed with all these books. What are you gonna do with all these books?" Bed with books because I want to read. He said, "You know, you're not gonna read them. You're gonna go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Right.
You're making an effort.
Somewhere." I feel good.
Yeah.
That is good.
So that have been my nightcap.
Yes. Put you right to sleep.
Stephanie, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you see yourself with more homes? Do you see yourself writing more books?
I want to see myself definitely writing more books.
Okay.
I'm working on this journal, Kingdom Women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Inspiration.
Okay, good. We need it.
Just daily thoughts and everything.
Yeah. We all need that.
Yes.
We need that encouragement.
I finished my workbook, but I haven't submitted it.
Okay.
I got a workbook to this book, purpose.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yes, good. Finish it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sending it to the publisher.
Uh-huh.
Very
Good. You keep it moving. Keep it going.
good.
Yeah, we're proud of you. Proud of you and
All-
you know what you've overcome.
Everything that you're doing.
Yes.
We want to have a candid minute with you. We know that you will never, ever forget what occurred with you, but I want to ask you a personal question. Do you feel that, have you forgiven the attacker?
Yes. You know why I forgave him? Because if I didn't forgive him, God wouldn't forgive me, and that would have left me stuck
Mm.
in the middle of all that pain and angry, and I just felt like he wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to forgive,
Wow.
so I can move on, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't allow him to
And grow.
stop my flow.
There you go.
I love it. And
I
it's
was
true.
moving from pain to purpose.
Purpose.
And then I wanted to be a thriver and a catalyst. in
Yes.
the earth. So
Yeah.
if I let things like that entangle me, I'm stuck right there in
Right.
the middle of the pain.
Yeah.
It's true.
And anguish and all of that. I can't move.
You can't move forward.
I
Mhm.
can't breathe.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I think a lot of people, they hold on to these things and they become very toxic.
Yes.
Keeps them from moving forward.
When you're very toxic, you become unproductive.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
You will not be able to produce.
Yes.
And so I want it to be productive. So you have to choose
Right. Very good.
your life,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have to, God give us the life, and I know that God anointed me to survive.
Yes.
Because he knew the test that I had to go through, so he already had invested in me.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
From the early years of my
Wow.
life, that's why he picked my mom and he picked my dad.
Right.
Because he knew that I was going to need that
That's right.
foundation of scriptures.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was such
My
a
goodness.
day that I had to experience.
Yes.
A traumatic day. You know?
Yes. Now look at you.
Mhm.
How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about Stephanie? Look at you.
Oh, honey, this girl loves Stephanie.
That's great. That is great.
I love me. I love me. I look in the mirror and I say, you are a woman of God. You
Yes.
are beautiful. You're wonderfully made
That's right.
in his own image
That's
and
right.
likeness of your Father.
Yes.
Yes.
That's beautiful, Stephanie.
Kiss
Oh.
me.
That's,
Aw.
that's right.
And I tell myself, because we have to. David said we have to learn to encourage ourselves. You
Have
know,
to. You
so
have
if
to.
I don't encourage myself,
Who's gonna
You
do
can't encourage anybody else.
yes.
Right,
So I
starts
have
with
to
you.
learn it. And I pat myself on the back and I said, "Girl, you did
it?
that."
Yeah.
That's right. You did it.
Sometimes you have to be your biggest
Advocate.
cheerleader, your
Mhm.
You
biggest
have to.
fan,
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Well, you did it, Stephanie. You got it going on, girl.
And so, you still have good days and you have bad days. But I
course.
declare that all my good days outweigh
Outweigh
my
the
bad.
bad. That's right. Oh, man. What a blessing you are. I know somebody is going to take this. It's going to encourage them to move forward and let go. Let go of some things so they can move forward and have a purpose, right?
Yes.
From pain to
Yes.
purpose.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If somebody wants,
A life worth living.
Yes. That's right. Keep it moving. Right? You dusted yourself off and you've kept it moving.
You gotta keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you just tell God, here I am.
Use
What's
me.
left of me.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Here I am.
Mm.
And God can raise you up
That's
from
right.
the dust of the earth in
Yes.
your lowest place.
Mhm.
In the pit, he can bring you up.
That's right.
And so I know that we don't never get too low that God can't raise
Raise
us
us up.
absolutely.
You are so right.
Yes.
But we got to learn how to trust him.
Mm.
That's
through
right.
the process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I didn't cry some days.
Of course
I cried
you did.
many days.
We're human.
Of course.
But I trust God in the process.
Mm-hmm. And
'Cause,
look
you know,
at
when
you.
He's shaping you and he's molding,
Molding you. Mm-hmm.
you know, it don't feel good sometimes.
Right.
But you have to trust the process because your Father, He knows what's best for you.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Knows what's best for
Aw.
you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, Stephanie.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. We
As-
appreciate
Mhm.
you.
As we come to a close, is there anything you would like to share with our viewers? Somebody who feels hopeless, who wants to give up? Is there anything you would like to share?
Yes, I will tell them and encourage them, don't give up. Get up and try it
Yes,
again.
yes.
Tomorrow is a new
Another
day.
day. Mhm.
Move from pain to purpose.
That's right.
And the key to move the pain from pain to purpose is forgiving.
Mm.
So you can start over.
Very well said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much. How can the viewers, if they would like to get in contact with you, how could they get in contact with you?
Okay, I have a website. It's called www.StephanieSchurman, and that's spelled StephanieE,
Mm-hmm.
Schurman, Schurman
Okay.
.com.
Okay.
Very good.
And
Wonderful.
all the information is there.
Okay. Very good. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Stephanie.
God bless you.
God bless you guys
Thank you.
for having me on this show. It was such a pleasure.
Yes,
All
it was
right.
a pleasure to us as well.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate your continued support. Please join us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another guest right here from our community. In order to heal any kind of pain, you have to do something very few ever do. Talk about it. They say an untold story never heals. Stephanie shared her heartfelt journey of being brutally assaulted and survival. She did not allow herself to be defined by what was done to her. She had a spirit to survive. There's a quote that says, "Strength doesn't come from what you do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you could not." Stephanie turned her pain to purpose and is changing lives every time she shares her story. We are real sisters sharing real stories within our community. We thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It, the Candid Conversation Show.
Go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up with that hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The Candid Conversation Show. Let's go. Let's talk about it.